Hello and welcome to Young Turks. My guest today is a young high flyer who believes in going after his dreams. He landed in India 4 years ago and hasn't looked back since. He believes in thinking out of the box, and that's what's helped him put together a sustainable marketing strategy for British Airways in India. Charles Carneiro is a man of many talents, but it's his way with words that's truly impressive. Hold him down for 5 minutes on how to deal with life's complexities and we guarantee you'll come away inspired. Don't take our word for it, sample it for yourself.
God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And I grew up for a huge part of my life believing that and going with that. When I was 22, I took that a step further and said, there should be nothing that I cannot change. So almost forget the serenity part of it. Believe stronger, and you should have the courage to change everything you can.
While he can explore motivational speaking as his next career bet, for the moment he's busy giving wings to the marketing strategies of British Airways. Strangely, marketing was low down on his priority list, but after a stint at DDB, he realized this was what he was made for. His tenure at British Airways took off in 2001, perhaps the most challenging time for the aviation industry. But his out-of-the-box ideas, ironically inspired by Richard Branson and desire to excel, saw him through the turbulent times. Now 4 years down the line and many frequent flyer miles later, he's happy with where things stand.
Probably the time I grew around, there were lots of budding entrepreneurs from hearing about Richard Branson, Bill Gates, later on Michael Dell. And when you look at them and you see they're doing their own thing, no one's stopping them. When you're running your own business, you don't have people telling you you can't do something. And that helps you achieve a lot more than you otherwise would. So it's been something which I felt sometime in life, and sooner rather than later, it's something that I should do.
So 1997 when you started off with DDB, and then of course you came into the aviation industry at what was probably the lowest phase in 2001 post September 11. What was that like for you, and why the decision to move then?
The beginning of 2001, which actually British Airways was the most profitable company in the world, the most profitable airline in the world. They had just declared the highest profitability for a decade. So things were booming, and they were really looking at expanding the operation, and the focus point at that time was the Middle East, and I was offered the job to work in Saudi Arabia. So after negotiating in about a 2-month process, I did accept the job. Well, after that...
You found yourself in India. So coming back home.
Yep, which was fantastic because, like you mentioned, the aviation industry started its slump. First with the recession in the US, then the unfortunate incidents of September 11th, people stopped flying. It was given... In fact, it was amazing because my boss called me at that time and she said, Charles, we've got this situation here, and I hope you'll understand where we're coming from. And I said, that's it? You're cutting staff, I'm going to be sacked. I've probably got my job at HP back if I beg them hard enough.
So you weren't given the pink slip, but then what happened?
Brilliant, because she said, Charles, we need help in India. We need someone to kind of revive marketing. The Indian market in the past never really, we've got a very commercially strong team there. So the amount of marketing guidance that was required was minimal. But now it's changed. We really need to stir up the market and get people flying again. And I think you're the right person for it. And challenge the ordinary and the normal, because you never get anywhere without that. Believe stronger, and you should have the courage to change everything you can. I'd be lying if I say money doesn't mean anything, but it's definitely not the end plan of the game.
Having steered the company through the post-September 11 slump, his next big challenge is taking on the competition. In an era of discounted tickets and low marketing spends, bringing in the customers regularly is a tough act. Charles believes in keeping it simple. The customer is king, keep him satisfied, and the battle is more than half won.
If we keep our customers happy, there's no reason why they should change to another airline. And we're really banking on that because...
But it's a price war now, isn't it?
Well, if you think about it, our strategy in Europe speaks volumes about it. There are some customers that will move on pricing. There are customers that will not move if they're getting what they get from British Airways. One of the things about traveling is it's something where you're almost out of control. You know how everyone likes to be in their comfort zone. And you want to really be with an airline that you trust, that you're comfortable with, and that delivers what you want. And I'm quite confident that as long as we do that as an airline, a majority of our customers, especially our premium customers, will not see too much of reason to change to any of the new competitors that are coming in. I'm positive that when people either experience it themselves or learn about it from their colleagues, their friends, or from some of the ad campaigns that we come across, they will see that there is a good reason to fly British Airways as opposed to competitors, and they'll fly with us. I think it's really simple.
Flying out of office means taking time out to indulge in his many interests. Given his way with words, Scrabble seems like an obvious choice. But this is serious business for him. Holidays mean flying out to international Scrabble competitions to play for some pretty big bucks. And that's not all. Throw in a keyboard and you'll find he's capable of striking the right chords in and out of the boardroom.